Right, hello, hopefully a notification gets sent out for this, alright Tyler? Right, so hopefully you can hear me and the game volume isn't too loud. I'm obviously just paused at the moment while I wait for some people to come on. So I was going to stream New Vegas Randomizer tonight, and then because I've changed some of the mods around since then, I realised I couldn't easily set it up without fucking about a lot of the game files. So I am streaming Fallout 2, alright Peugeot? And alright everybody else joining. So this stream should technically be in 4K, I believe, although it's not very nice looking 4K, is it? But it's just I'm streaming it in 4K because that's my monitor size now. And with all the modern patches for Fallout 1 and 2, you can get them running at 4K. Right, Flazzy? Yeah, so I was going to be streaming Randomizer if you didn't just hear, but then because of the fact that, because I've changed some of the mods since then, I'd have to basically almost do a clean uninstall of New Vegas and reinstall it. I thought there's not really time to do that tonight. So I thought I'd just stream an hour or so of Fallout 2 while chatting with people, because with this being turn-based, it's a bit easier to read the chat more as well. So this is my second time playing the game, but not playing it through fully. So basically, yesterday, after completing Fallout 1 the other day, I started playing Fallout 2. You know, got quite far into the game, but probably haven't spec'd my character very well. So I thought I'll start a new game earlier today, get through some of the beginning of the game, and then stream it. So yeah, I'll show you my character sheet. So I picked Gifted and Skilled as the special traits, so I could have an extra point into all of the specials. I've got 10 Agility, because that's how many action points you get in turn-based combat, and I've got 7 Strength, and I'm doing an unarmed build mostly. So I've got the spiked knuckles on at the moment, because the thing is with Fallout 2 compared to Fallout 1, it's a lot further into the game before you even get very basic guns. So I'm just doing unarmed because you can get like pretty much spiked knuckles very close to the beginning of the game. In this particular playthrough, I'm just going to be playing some of the stuff around Clamesh or whatever it's called, the beginning town. I've already done like the rat sort of tunnels quest or whatever it was. So anyway, we're going to go into the cave to save that trapper that's in here. Obviously I'll be save scumming because it's Fallout with turn-based combat. So yeah, unlike Fallout 3, 4, New Vegas and all those, in this one it's turn-based. Like good old 90s games. So basically, you know, you get a combat turn, they get a combat turn. Is that Sulik, that guy's name? I'm trying to remember his name. But I paid his like thing in the town so I could get him to be a companion. Because obviously it gives you a massive edge in these games, especially early on, having a companion. So with 10 action points, 10 agility, I get at least 3 attacks per turn if I haven't moved with the knuckles, which is really good because obviously that's quite good for instantly finishing off certain creatures. Right, looks like they're fleeing. I do have a pistol. My small arms, like small gun skill isn't brilliant, but it's good enough to just do stuff like that. Because obviously in some encounters you definitely do want to have a gun. Yeah, I completed Fallout 1 saying that PJ the other day. Right, let's take the Radex because there's a lot of radiation around here. So basically that gives me like 50% radiation resistance. If you have 2 Radex you won't get any radiation poisoning for 24 in-game hours. But I only get 1 from there, but that's good enough to mean you just won't die from doing this bit. Although this isn't like the glow in Fallout 1 where you basically die instantly if you don't have Radex or Radaway. I want to switch back to my knuckles actually, don't I? Don't really want to be wasting 10mm ammo on these guys. Yeah, so for anybody that's too young to have played the old Fallouts, this is like Fallout 3, 4, New Vegas, Fallout 76. This is what these games used to be like. Obviously, I'm sure you can see a massive difference. You might notice some of the music is the same, because Bethesda did reuse some of the Fallout 1 and 2 music in Fallout 3 and 4 and New Vegas. Well, it's Obsidian that did New Vegas, but you know what I mean. And this is set on the west coast, like New Vegas is. So Fallout 1 and 2 are on the west coast, Fallout 3 is on the east coast of the USA. So the factions in this game are going to be like the Enclave, the New California Republic. I think the Brotherhood of Steel are in this game, aren't they? Definitely in Fallout 1. To be honest, Chance, this game isn't really complicated, it's just you have to get used to the mechanics. So it's more obtuse than anything, I'd say. As soon as you're used to it, everything makes sense, it's just, it doesn't hold your hand. And it's one of those games that came with a massive user manual in the box, so when you buy it online now, you don't get your big old, you know, literal book to look through for all the references on how to do stuff. Actually saying that, before I go down this ladder, is there a, anything over here? It's like quite often there's like a dead body and stuff, isn't there? And there's like corners where you can take stuff. Is that a body or is that just a dead rat? Oh, dead rat, okay, we're used to me then. Right, let's go down here. Alright, AK. Alright, Mike. My stomach's a bit better today, but I've had a couple of bits today where it still made me have to run to the toilet. As you went on at the beginning of the stream, I was going to play New Vegas Randomizer today, and then I realised that because I'd messed about with mods since then, I'd have to sort out all the mods. And I thought, because I'm playing Fallout 2 at the moment, I'd just stream some Fallout 2. Because it's quite an easy game to at least read the chat, because it's turn-based when you're in combat. Yeah, PJ, well the thing is with turn-based games, they basically completely rely on save scumming, don't they? Where, because either you'll talk to somebody, and if you don't know the conversation choices beforehand, you can literally break a quest because you say the wrong thing. That's still a thing in, like, 3 and New Vegas and that, but not to the same extent. But the main thing is obviously that in this game, because it's turn-based, it can literally be like enemy scores a really lucky critical hit against you, you instantly die. In Fallout 1, near the end of the game, that's horrible, with like Super Mutant uses a plasma rifle on you, you know, instantly kills you. I was amazed though, replaying Fallout 1, how many voice actors I recognised from that. Tony Jay's the Super Mutant Lieutenant. There's, what's his name? David Warner as Morpheus. Jim Cummings is in it as several voices. And there's a couple of other, it's got, what's its name? Ron Perlman doing the War Never Changes thing. Keith David's in it as well, isn't he? He's one of like the minor characters in it. But yeah, it's kind of amazed me how many like good, you know, like celebrities they had doing voices in Fallout 1. There's probably quite a lot in this one, isn't there, actually doing voices for like when you have conversations with people actually have a like talking head compared to just like little chat boxes that appear. The thing is, Sergeant Kane, what they really need to do, I think, is do a really good remaster of these, even if they're still isometric, but, you know, with really good modern mechanics on them. Because you can do good modern turn-based games. Like I played through recently all of Warhammer Battle Sector, which is like a really good modern 40k turn-based game. So it's not like these games don't have an appeal, but I think they really need to update them and make them user-friendly, because these are very clunky, aren't they? Like, that's the thing. That's why I never got round to completing Fallout 1 until very recently. Just because every time I started playing it, I just didn't have, like, the resolve to kind of learn all the mechanics, which I have done now. Or at least, you know, enough of them to enjoy the game. So I think if people want people to get into Fallout, they need to make it as user-friendly as possible, rather than just saying, oh, kids today don't like the proper Fallouts. Because if I had the choice of, like, just picking one of these up, like Fallout 4 or this, Fallout 4 would win by a mile, despite the fact this is a much better game in terms of story, you know, and, like, writing and lore and everything else. Oh, you still looking into your pillar drills, Mike? Because it annoys me, you can't rotate the camera in this, can you? Because there's times when you want to see an icon and how the walls are laid out, it makes it really difficult. And like, if you could just do a like 90-degree camera rotation, it would fix that problem like you can in some isometric games. Because I've noticed a few places where there's like an item where there's like 1 pixel sticking out for you to pick it up. Actually, say that, I'm gonna use some healing powder because I'm at low health. Should we use 2? Got quite a few on me, although I've lost 2 perception from doing that. Doesn't seem to affect my ability to punch geckos in the face though. Right, Top Hat Man. Mike, have you seen the weapon I'm using? You'll probably like it. Spiked Knuckle Duster, or Spiked Brass Knuckles. It's a very good, actually, early game weapon in this, because I think in Fallout 1 it isn't really, you start seeing these until you see Super Mutants for the first time. Like, you only get the regular Brass Knuckles in Fallout 1. Until, like, later in the game. But in this one you get these pretty much straight away, which makes an arm build really good. Now I was reading, because as much as I don't like to try and spoil these with guides, there are things like where you go, oh, isn't this a feature? And then you look it up in a guide and you find out it is a feature later on in the game. The bloke I'm going to rescue apparently can teach you, which I didn't realise the first time round, a skill to let you skin geckos, which I really want because gecko skins are worth quite a lot in this. So it would certainly help me out getting money early game if I had the ability to skin geckos as a trait. How far am I from levelling up? 9,675 out of 10,000. Right, so we're gonna rescue this guy from here. Apparently there's like a secret area in there where you get one of the best guns in the game, but I'm way too under leveled to do it at the moment, so I'll just come back to do it like later on. Is that locked or is it unlocked? Yeah, the only thing is, Flazzy, if you get an MP5, make sure you get the real MP5, because obviously lots of French ARFA masks, or whatever they're called, are sold as MP5s now, and they're not MP5s. Watch the video I've done showing you how to tell the difference between the MP5 and the French mask, and then when you look at eBay listings or whatever for them, make sure you get the right one. If you can't find genuine Polish MP5s, I'll try and think of some more masks for you that are around the same price point that are pretty basic and similar. You know, so you can at least get something you can shoot in and learn all the other sort of stuff with masks with. I won't read all the chat out. So anyway, we're rescuing him, he's coming with me. Is there anything in this room worth taking on here? Is that a bookcase there, or is that just... That's just rotten junk. Okay, but yeah, so I'll just explain this while I'm here. So I think to get to the Bozar gun in this, I think you have to repair both that, don't you, that's broken, and like hack the computer or something. Then you can get in the elevator, then you have to fight a sentry bot, which is obviously really dangerous at my sort of level. And once you do that, I believe that's when you're able to get the Bozar, which is like a really good like automatic battle rifle or something. Yeah, exactly, Fuzzy. The thing is with gas masks is they're so useful for DIY. Like if you're using any sort of paint stripper that has harmful fumes, you're dealing with anything that smells awful, you know, even if it's just a nuisance smell, like some sort of vomit or shit smell, you can use them for that. There's so many uses for them that aren't actually, you know, protecting yourself from like fallout and chemical warfare. There's a lot of actually, you know, practical uses for them, but they're useful things, you know, to have around. What's the problem with it, Litter Picker? Is it like leaking through somewhere? Because you could probably always use some sort of silicone adhesive to fix it up, if it's just like a little leak in it. Silicone adhesive, duct tape, and like the clear stuff that's like silicone adhesive. Polyurethylene, something like that. Right, level up. Okay, let's see, so... Let's get small guns to 100. There we go, 101. An arm's already at 104. Lockpick, we might as well get that to 100. There we go. You can go over 100% and issue up to 200%, but I won't do that early in the game because there's not much point. Barter, I'll put that up a little bit. Let's get barter to 40 just so I get some better prices. Gambling I'm not really going to use. Speech I'm not going to need that early on. First aid I'll probably put the rest of the points in because that's how you can heal yourself without healing things. 32%. Doctor's quite useful as well, but you need that for crippled limbs. Right, done. Right, let's save the game and let's go back to the town. I think we'll run into the Enclave here. Oh no, I haven't. Okay, so last time I ran into the Enclave murdering civilians when I was playing this here, and they're like, you know, don't, none of your business or something. Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of them. Well, don't get me wrong, I really like the lore and everything. I find the gameplay a bit clunky, but don't get me wrong, I like them. There's a lot of old games I like. This is, like I said, a funny thing to people recently. I'm using an RTX 3090, and I'm playing games like Fallout 1 and 2 at the moment. You know, so I've bought a really expensive GPU, and I still play games like this. But the thing is, though, like I'm saying, I'm mining in the background, and at the moment it's still going to be mining at like 100 megahash a second while streaming this, so you know that's a good compromise. Right, so give me 100 caps. Anything worth bartering while I'm here? Let's sell the flares because I have no use for them. Or the red scorpion tails because I've got no use for them. All those. I need to keep the radio and not sell that this time. Might as well sell the Nuka-Cola, the booze. I'll sell the cards for now. If there's a use for them later on, I'll get it then. I'll sell all the pipe rifles because they're just like 10mm pistols but not as good. Get rid of that key. I don't need it anymore even if I don't get any money for it. Keep all the rest of the stuff in my inventory. Right. I might as well pick... I can't afford that armour, I think. So I think that armour's like a grand at the moment. So I might as well get all the money. Plus the 2 healing powders. How much is the armour? Yeah, way too much for what it is. Stim pack. Yeah, that's pretty close trade now. Right, that'll do. I don't mind if I'm losing a bit on this trade, just to get rid of a load of weight in my inventory. Right, PJ, the radio I think is to give somebody for a quest later on, because when I was doing the thing he asked me to pick up his radio and I'd sold it, and I couldn't remember who I'd sold it to. I won't be doing that in this stream though, but it's in the town full of junkies you use that, I think. Right, anyway, let's save again. Right. Let's have a look at some of the surrounding area then. Because I'm at least equipped to the point now where I don't really have to... Oh, actually, I need to talk to Smiley, don't I, while I'm here? It's that guy, isn't it? Teach you something in return. Okay, so yeah. So yeah, I've now got that thing. I can't remember if you have to pick this as a perk when you next level up or something like that, but let's at least go try and kill some geckos now and see if I can actually skin them. Yeah, Fuzzy, they're great, aren't they? I'm trying to think if there's any other really good isometric games like Fallout I like. I'm sure there is. It's just off the top of my head, I can't actually think they are. But Fallout 1 and 2 are much darker than like Fallout 3 and that. Oh, I've got an encounter. You encounter a group of highwaymen. Let's see if I can beat them or if I get horribly murdered. Oh, there's only 2 of them, is there? Right, okay. Let's go punch them in the face with brass knuckles. Oh wait, no, there's 4 of them. Yeah, look at my health go down from that. From being Yeah, shot with like a bolt action rifle or something in the face. At least some of them are fleeing already. That was out of reach. At least he missed that shot. You can get them from Good Old Games and a few other places. Ah, yeah, so it's more of lit picker, like a thing with, peripheral seal. Yeah, there's not much you can do there. You probably could add some sort of rubber layer to the inside to make a better seal, but yeah, I know your problem. I've got masks that just won't seal to my face, because they're not quite the right, like, chin shape for the mask's chin shape. I'm going to hit him twice and then use a healing powder, because I don't want to get like critically shot in a moment and die instantly. Yeah, I think that healing powder saved me just then. Right, better use another one. Probably use two, can't I? Yeah. Yeah, GB5s at least get you into masks. That's still a cool bit of history. Yeah, PBF's a good mask for what they are. Just the problem is they use obsolete cheek filters. That's the problem with them. That, you know, if you wanted to use a PBF for anything serious, you're going to struggle to get filters for it. You know, that are still going to have some effectiveness to them. Unless you just want to use it as like a prop. Or you want to somehow try and fit your own filters to it somehow. Right, good, they're dead. Okay, let's see what they've got on them. Just do take all, because I've probably got the inventory weight to take everything. So this is where isometric's annoying, where somebody's body is just behind a tree. So it's really hard to actually loot the corpse. Please tell me I can actually get their stuff now. It's going to be really annoying if I can't. There we go. Oh, so it was, yeah, a hunting rifle he had. And there we go, there's a bit of his leg sticking out from that tree. Right, that knife's quite good, but I've already given Sulik one of those knives. What's that, Jet? Yeah. So it actually says Jet is a powerful methamphetamine in this game. You know, in later games that they're just a generic drug, aren't they? But methamphetamine. I wonder in the English version of this if they call Med-X actually morphine, because it is meant to be morphine, essentially, like a heroin, you know, type thing in this. But, so, hunting rifle, that's pretty damn good. How much ammo have I got for it? Not much. I assume I can't reload it yet, because I've not got any ammo. Alright, might as well go back to 10mm for now. And then, use that rifle when I can buy some ammo for it, or scavenge some more ammo for it. Let's have a look if there's anything in the tent. Right, nothing else to do here by the look of it. It's not a searchable container. Oh, it's a searchable container. I'll go have a look at that. No, nothing in there. What I will do, actually, because I'm at 21 health... Oh, you can't rest at this location. Damn it. Right, okay. Never mind. Let's save and hope I don't get ambushed on the way to the next town. Oh, cheers, Top Hat Man. Yeah, by about November I should be 100k at the current rate. If YouTube recommends any of my videos, I'll be at 100k well before then. If they don't, then it will be... Oh yeah, let's join in this thing anyway. Because golden geckos are pretty easy kills, and I can see if I can loot them now, unless I have to do pickets. Oh, there's a Gel Blaster video tomorrow. I managed to film that and film shooting it today, so you'll get a video of it coming on. Burst weapons are funny in this. Oh, so now the slaves and the slavers are fighting each other. I should just shoot them because I don't want to risk getting caught in the burst fire, even if they're not trying to kill me. You're just a fucking clown. There's a guy punching at me. I know, PJ, that Med-X is meant to be morphine, but what I'm saying is, I don't know if in some of the other, like, translated versions, if they actually called it that. Because I know it's, like, because of Australian censorship laws, wasn't it, that they had to change it to Med-X? I wonder how much health they've got left, because I'm just wondering if it's worth, like, letting the slavers die. Yeah, let's see if the slavers die fighting the geckos, because if they do, I can at least loot their gear. I'll have to have a look, Fluzzy, if it says in the description. But yeah, I'd assume if Jet is, like, methamphetamine, it's going to be something like PCP, isn't it? I'd assume PCP would be some sort of thing that makes you more violent. That's a slave. It looks like this is one of the only slavers left alive, so I might as well finish him off in a minute. Right, so let's get my gun back out. And if that's a slaver there, let's put one shot into that slaver. There we go. So let's, yeah, aggro the slavers, and let's see if we can kill the slavers and get some gear off of them. Because the golden geckos I can at least beat quite easily. He looks severely wounded. Obviously not as good with my small guns as I am with unarmed. Hello everybody joining. It's kind of weird that this actually streams more easily than some of the more modern games do, despite the fact you actually struggle to run this on a modern computer as well as some of the other games I've played and streamed. Right, let's go catch up with that other slaver. Ah, I'm still alive, is he? Oh no, that slaver's running away. Hang on. Oh, I need to reload. Yeah, managed to hit her at least. Saying that, I did buy a new game today, well, a relatively new game. I bought the remaster of Call of Duty Modern Warfare, because they actually had it on sale for 25% off. So I was like, oh, it's 20-something quid for that, I'll actually buy that. So that'll be quite fun to play through, because I do really like the original Modern Warfare. But yeah, I'd not bothered getting the Modern Warfare remake, even though I'd kind of wanted to get it, just because I don't like the idea of Activision charging like 50 quid for it. So, you know, now the fact was like 25 quid or like £30, I thought, yeah, I'll go for that. Oops, I didn't mean to hit Sunic. Oh, they're both running away now, the slavers. Just getting chased by the geckos as well. That's one of them dead. Yeah, the COD 4 remake, Flazzy. I think Mike streamed a bit of that on Twitch, but yeah, because I really like COD 4, and the remake's actually quite close to the original game. So I was like, oh, I kind of want that, but I don't want to spend loads of money on it because I played COD 4 loads of times. So yeah, because of the fact it was on Steam for like 25-33% off, something like that at the moment. I thought, oh, I might as well get it, treat myself, you know, actually play a relatively newish game, even if it's using an oldish game engine on the modern PC, you know, because of the fact that at the moment I'm still playing games like this most of the time. I can't even remember that drunk rushing, but it doesn't surprise me, because in a lot of games they do the thing of if you're using any sort of sight on your gun, you get a zoom advantage. So what's that? Is that a slave or just a slave? You see slave, you see slave, I'll just switch to knuckles, I don't want to keep wasting ammo for this. There we go. But yeah, that gel gun was surprisingly fun today, unloading ammo for that. Since doing the video, I found a much better way of preparing the ammo for it. Get one of those protein shaker kind of things. Put all of the sachets in that, fill that with water, then you can make several thousand rounds at once. And then just pour the water away from that, fill up the magazines as much as you want to shoot it, then put some more water in the bottle if you don't want the rounds to dry out. But yeah, so a gel blaster is essentially a bit like an airsoft gun, just, you know, shooting like exploding gel balls instead of you know, airsoft things. But it was surprisingly fun using that today. Again, it hits a lot harder than I thought it would. I used it on my punching bag, and it didn't have enough energy to make the punching bag shake, but you could see from how hard it was hitting it that it was actually leaving proper dents in the punching bag. So, you know, I was like, oh, that's cool. I think that's the end of combat. I don't know, does it not have the animal friend perk at all? Because I've not played through the game enough to know what all perks are in this game. Ah yeah, cool, I can get the gecko skins now, that's excellent. Right, nice, yes. That's going to make me a lot more money and make the game a lot easier. He says run away. I'm not going to attack you. I killed the slavers. Not the slaves, the slavers. Oh, a stim pack. Oh, and a 10mm SMG. Right, nice. So, let's put that back in my inventory. Let's unload this. And let's put this in my inventory. So I've just got the SMG. So I can use that on semi. And then it's just a much bigger mag version of the 10mm. Now I can sell the 10mm as well. Excellent. Yeah, Flazzy. Yeah. There should be like a legendary zombie knife that some of them use, but that would probably be politically incorrect, and they can't do that. Maybe tribals can't be animal friends, I don't know. But yeah, I'm playing the Reclamation mod, or whatever it's called, that adds loads of content back into the game, because it also makes the gameplay a lot better on PC than, you know, just using the regular high-res patch that comes with the Steam version or the GOG version. Two knives, I might as well just sell them, I don't get much for them. But is wood worth much? I think there's an NPC, isn't there, somewhere that trades wood for something else, but I might as well just pick it up even if it's worth only a couple of caps to sell it. Did I go in that tent? I can't remember. I went in, I think, the top right tent, didn't I? Yeah, I'd say for its time, Fallout 1 looks better, but Fallout 2 is essentially just the same graphics as Fallout 1, isn't it? I still think Oddworld Abe's Odyssey looks fucking amazing for like 96 or whenever it came out, especially the cutscenes. But again, the cutscenes in that are like the cutscenes in this, you know, they're all pre-rendered, but still, you know, it's better than like what Pixar was. Essentially, it's equivalent to what Pixar was doing in the 90s. Right, okay, let's carry on to the right. Actually, do I need to go south a bit for the den? Ah, yeah, I think that's the den there, isn't it? Yeah, here we go. Right, let's first go see the gun shop guy, because I can at least unload a load of weight onto him. Then I'll go find the guy for the quest, because I know where he is. Yeah, just I at least like the fact that in New Vegas a lot of this music's reused. And he's given me 0 for it, so I won't bother giving it to him. Or how much that is. Problem is with the text in this is how small it is. I'm assuming that's either 60 or 80, but I can't tell. Yeah, I think it was 80. So how much is each of the golden gecko skins? Oh, like nearly 100 caps. That's amazing for, like, you know, what I want them for, essentially. I'll sell the deagle for now, because I'm sure I can pick up more if I want them. I'm going to keep the hunting rifle. Need to keep the radio. Right, let's get all the ammo he's got for the hunting rifle. Has he got 10mm for sale? She'll get the better armour off of him. So, 2,514. I'm going to sell the anti-venom because I never really bother using that. And because I've got 6 stim packs, let's sell some of these. How much is all 5 worth? Still not enough. Do you tell you what? I won't get the better armour for now. We'll just get the pistol ammo. Take the anti-venom back. Take maybe 2 of these back. Actually, I can take most of these back. Ooh. Right, that'll do for now. Okay, how much is one healing powder? 28. Oh no, sorry, 20 I think. Yeah, if I look at it. Right, let's do all that for all his money. Remaining caps. Offer. Right, that's a good trade. Right, that'll do. Oh, you won't be on Twitch tonight, Mike. Alright, I'll probably just keep playing this until about midnight then. I know what you mean with moods, though, because I've had one of those days where all the time when I've been at home today, I keep being asked to get up and, like, you know, fix something, even though my stomach's been fucking painful. You know, like, sort something out on the laptop, sort something out on the PC, that kind of day. Get the quest from this woman because it's one that's quite easy to do. Interestingly, for the people who are only used to later Fallouts, notice that the money in this is actually called money. It's not bottle caps in this one, because bottle caps are in Fallout 1 because they're backed up by the hub. It's like hub script. But, interestingly, in this, money is actually like a proper currency again. I want to go to the Slavers Guild and sort the thing out with the bloke there, and see if I can actually do that radio quest this time. So let's go talk to Metzger, or whatever his name is, and then we'll talk about the bloke locked up. Actually, do we even know he's locked up at the moment? So I haven't asked the person that he's here, have I? It's just I know that from my last game, playing this. Hey, about Vic. Can I see him? Right. Oh, I need to say about Vic. Ah yes, so this is the radio he wanted. Excellent. So yeah, I got it this time and sold it to a random NPC. I'm going to save the game again, because, you know, saving in case somebody randomly shoots you out of nowhere. Or a crash, I guess, but this doesn't crash as much as newer Fallouts, does it? Even though it's really, really old. It's weird to think this game is older than some of the people that are probably in the chat right now. Right, see your top hat, man. Yeah, when did this come out? 98, 99, something like that. So, yeah, this game is now officially, we're in year 21, aren't we? So this game's about 21, 22 years old. It's weird to think, isn't it? I thought he said tell the bloke he's fixed the radio or whatever. I don't want to sell Sulik. So just talk to that bloke, or do I have to come back and talk to him? Alright, so he now wants the money. Okay, that's fine. I'll just do some quests to get that money. What time is it? It's gone 8. I'll stream for a bit longer, but I'll obviously keep playing the game off when I finish streaming. Yeah, Flazzy, when I played Fallout 1 recently, I got the mod that turns off the time limit. Well, you can still put the time limit on if you want. It lets you, you know, have it on or off. So I have the one where you get like 13 years or whatever it is to complete the game, not 150 days. That way it's a lot more fun, because you can basically play the game in like level scaled order. You know, so you do the game in roughly the right order, but there's no rush to get like the water chip and all that. That mod even lets you turn off the mutants attacking Necropolis if you want to. Wait. Alright, he said I can. Good going. Right, let's go back to that person and get the money. And I can get like 50 more caps by just running back and forth again. It's that one, isn't it? I think. No, it's not that one. That one. Right, now I'll run back and forth and just get that extra money and XP or whatever it is you get for doing that. How much money have I got now? 782. I'm not too far from freeing that bloke, but I kind of want to use the money for something more interesting. Right, Keaton. Yeah, it's been alright. That, if you're wondering about that spectrometer, that's still in the post. It's not got to the UK yet. Once it gets from Russia to the UK, I should get it within a few days, I'd imagine. But at the moment, I did check yesterday, and sadly, it's still, you know, in that kind of transit stage from Russia to the UK. Yeah, 200 XP as well, that's right. Right, there's a bloke I'm going to talk to while he's here because it makes a quest later on much easier. You don't have to run back and forth to do the quest. So, say hello to him while I'm here. I used to be an upstanding citizen. I don't know why you have that sort of accent. Before coming here, I was a peaceful farmer that worked fields as hard as any man. Sorry. He's on about the ghost farm that's up to the northeast. We'll see if we can get to the ghost farm, but I reckon I'll get absolutely murdered if I try and get there. But, actually, is there anything I can sell to this trader while I'm here? He's got 124 caps, so I can probably unload some stuff. I've got the 10mm SMG now, haven't I? So, right, for that money, I don't really want to get rid of that. How much is booze? 10. Oh, because I've got stim packs now, I might as well start selling off my, like, less good healing items. I might as well get rid of a couple of these. Are they even worth anything? No. Okay, never mind. Do for now. Yeah, unfortunately I didn't bother bottling up that rain when it came down, because when it's already in puddles it's a bit too late. If ever I get more radioactive rain, I'll definitely test that. A lot of the time, apparently, if it's natural radioactive stuff in the rain, it's just radon gas that's come back down from, you know, like uranium, radium decay. Let's see if any of the other traders have a bit more spare cash just to get some. Like the items I don't want, because I also don't want to be weighed down when I'm randomly wandering around. I suppose to get the money for that trader, I might as well just go kill loads of geckos when I'm not streaming. Right, he's only got a 10mm for sale, that's not much use to me. Hey, you better shut your hole, or what? Oh, he's attacking me. Oh no. Can I kill him and not get in trouble? Let's find out. I only asked him why they call this place the Hole. I won't be on too much longer. I'll be on maybe 20 minutes. Oh, have I got a free 10mm pistol now then? Can I end combat, or are there more people that need to die? Very good. I suppose... Oh, he's got some Psycho on him as well. Right. Right, let's see what Psycho says it is for you, Flazzy, while I'm here. Psycho, a unique delivery system filled with strange and unknown chemicals. Oh, it's unknown, okay, so it doesn't tell us what sort of makeup of the drug it is. It's supposed to increase the combat potential of a soldier. Right, okay. Right, I've killed the bartender, so I might as well do what I want then. Is there anything useful in his bookcase? Nope. Alright, Flazzy. I mean, in all honesty, if it's a full-scale nuclear war, you won't survive. But in a very limited exchange, there is a lot you could do to, you know, increase your survival potential. No, don't get rid of an M17, or if you do sell the M17, make sure you sell it for its proper price, because a lot of people pay quite a bit for actual genuine M17s now. Ooh, a crowbar. Crowbars are actually quite good. Ooh, is that better than the knife Sulik's got? Let's talk to him and find out. Actually, let me check if there's anything else worth getting in here first.
What you be need?
Right, I'm not sure if the crowbar is better than the knife, like the military knife at least, the combat knife that I've given him. If I'm giving him the crowbar, I'll take the sledgehammer back, because that's better value. Okay, and at least I can sell that sledgehammer then, even if it's only for like 10 caps. Use best weapon. It's still the combat knife. Okay, alright, doesn't matter then. I'll have the crowbar back and I'll sell that as well to a random trader. At least in this one you don't have to pickpocket your companions to get your items back and sell it to them to give them the items like doing Fallout 1. At least they've got just a companion trade mechanic in this. It depends, PJ, how big the war is, because assuming that you get, like, America versus Russia versus China versus, you know, like, the NATO nations in a nuclear war, you know, like, every nuclear-armed state just chucks nukes at each other, I think even in that scenario, assuming you're in a completely neutral country where no warheads hit it directly, the amount of fallout would be so horrible from something like that, that, you know, your chances are much better than obviously a country that gets nuked, but I still don't think you would have very good odds, considering that, you know, Fallout doesn't care about borders or neutrality if the wind blows in the wrong way. The main issue is how well would you be able to grow food again and things like that after a massive nuclear exchange. That's the main issue, because if nuclear winter scenarios turn out to be relatively realistic, you're fucked, basically. She has nothing worthwhile on her. Okay. Apparently, King Canada's Keaton, you can like shove them in. They're not a perfect fit, but I think you can get them airtight enough to work with a bit of work done to them. They're similar enough shape, but they're not exactly the same shape. What was this bloke selling? Oh, he's got some alright stuff for sale. Okay, crowbar is worth 65, sledgehammer is worth... Is that 105 or 185? I hate this sort of text where you can't see what it's worth. Right, if I have all his caps, it's 157. And then, how much is one lot of bullets? 328. Right, one more lot of bullets. 499. Yeah, look, fuck it, let's do that trade. One more lot of bullets, 171. What's one pistol worth? 287 or 207? Let's do that again. Right, good, okay. So he's got the regular brass knuckles, but they're not worth as much as the brass knuckles I already have. That's a silly thing. I mean, my character could use some rad away, but I don't really need it right now because my stats aren't being too much affected by anything. That'll do for now. If you're in direct range of fallout, if there's been sort of a neighbouring nuclear conflict, in theory, if you have a good basement or something below ground, you go down there and you've got a decent amount of canned food, you could certainly be there to last out the worst of the fallout. Because bear in mind, the worst fallout from an exchange is in like the following hours and days, you know, downwind of a blast. Weeks later, it's massively reduced in concentration due to half-life decay. And then months later, it's a lot less so. Most of the nuclear planning in the Cold War was the VIP bunkers would let people out after about 3 months. That was considered where as long as you were measuring radiation levels, you could survive on the surface. Yeah, well, you kind of want to mix King Canada, because, again, they serve different purposes. Ionisation chambers are much better for extreme levels of radiation, but Geiger counters will warn you before that if radiation's coming. Because bear in mind, a lot of ion chambers don't start measuring radiation until it's into the super dangerous levels already. Whereas, I mean, if you had enough money, you'd get a scintillator, a Geiger, and an ion chamber. So your scintillator will tell you when there's radiation before the Geiger even picks it up. Then the Geiger tells you, then the ionisation chamber tells you, and you can cover all levels of radiation. But yeah, in general, most militaries use Geiger counters for lower radiation levels and ionisation chambers for the much higher levels. Alright, let's go east and see if I can do it without getting horribly murdered. Group of slavers attempting to enslave some people. Ooh, can we kill the slavers? Kill. Slave. Tree. Slaver. Assume that's a slaver behind the tree. Yeah. Right, okay. Let's shoot some people. So let's shoot that slaver. One down. This looks like it's going to be quite an easy fight. Oh, it's done already. Nice, okay. Take all. Cool. Right, 2 more items. Right, what's the stats of this? Let me just put both of these in my inventory so I can compare the stats of them. Club is 1 to 8, crowbar is 3 to 12. Alright, neither of those are worth giving Sulik then, is military knives probably already better. Oh, I can just sell them though anyway, can't I? Please don't hurt me. Do you see if there's anything in the cave? Sometimes you get like monster caves when you run into these random encounters. Well, typical warhead as in, like, yield of a nuclear warhead. Oh, baby deathclaws. Right, so, if we're on about what China is putting in warheads now, unfortunately that's several megatons. And a megaton being 1,000,000 tons of TNT equivalent means they're really, really scary. What Russia and America had sort of agreed on at the late Cold War and what they've been doing in the last decade or so was going down to 1 kiloton to 10 kiloton, I think, sort of sizes. So lots of warheads that are pinpoint accurate, but relatively low yield. So, in theory, some of the modern nukes would only probably be the same explosive yield as things like the bunker busters and tall boy bombs of World War II. Just very, very accurate, and there's a lot of them for pinpoint hitting things like runways and barracks and things like that. But unfortunately, Communist China's policy is make as many big nukes as possible, which is really not good for survivability, and collateral damage from a nuclear war. Yeah, sadly, Flazzy, China's nuclear program has simply just been to increase the yield of warheads over and over and over. So, 20 years ago they were on their low megaton yield warheads, and I think 10 years ago they were on their 3 to 5 yield megaton warheads, and I think now they're building 5+ megaton warheads. And they're building lots more warheads, with lots more things. So I think China's policy is basically kill as many people as possible in a nuclear exchange, which the Soviets and America went away from quite early on in the Cold War. But yeah, like I said, the sticks and the stones would be used in the war following World War III or whatever, because yes, guns and bullets, then nuclear exchange the following war, there's nothing left essentially, yeah. Let's see if we can take on some baby Deathclaws. I'm not managing to hit them very well here, am I? Let's let them get a bit closer before I waste any more ammo. Actually, that one might be close enough. Although Sulik's in the bloody way now. Let's use a hunting rifle instead. I hit him for 20 points. How many HP do these baby Deathclaws have? Ah, good, they're not that strong. Let's have a bit of a punch up with them then. Unfortunately, Gage, that's probably going to be quite difficult just due to the fact of all the annoying things I've had online, like doxing and all that. I don't generally accept stuff from people unless I actually know who they are. Alright, Vladimir, unfortunately I'm not going to be streaming much longer because I've already been on probably over an hour, have I? I'm not sure. How long's this stream been going on for? People who are in the chat can probably tell me. What's that about the radius scan, sorry? Oh, so good news, the radius scan said you can either repair it, which... Oh, that's good. Yeah, so if they can sort you out a new radius scan for like £200, that's not bad at all, is it, compared to the RRP of them? I suppose these hit fairly hard, even if they're not that strong, in terms of HP or whatever. One left now. That's all of them dead. How much XP do I get for that? Oh, 1,000 experience points. Is that for 4 Deathclaws? What are they, about 250 each? Yeah, that's pretty good. At least for getting some XP towards levelling up. Right, so there's nothing more for taking off of them, and because there's quite a few there, there and there. I'm not going to even bother trying to, you know, get more death claws from this bit. Oh, thank you very much, Vladimir. I really appreciate that. Cheers. Did you see the thing, Vladimir, about Radioscanner sending me a relatively new Russian spectrometer for free just to do videos on it? Which I'm obviously really pleased about because I've never owned a proper spectrometer before. I've got a really cheap one I've never bothered doing a video on because it never really works as a spectrometer. The one I've got is kind of like okay if you just want to detect radiations there, but it can never get a good graph of what the actual, you know, frequencies are. But it's in transit at the moment, so it's the last thing just says, you know, leaving Russian Federation, and, you know, Royal Mail will alert you when it gets into the UK postage system. But that should be really cool. Can I rest here? No, I can't rest at this location. Even though I've killed all the enemies. Do any of these people say anything like, thanks for saving me? Please set me free. Well, how do I set you free? Can I lockpick on him? Will this set him free? Is there any way of actually setting them free? Because I technically have nothing to set them free, do I? Because it's not like I got the slaver key off the slavers. No key on that one, there wasn't a key on the other one, was there? I don't think it's the atom tag though, because they were saying it's a brand new thing. Like they haven't sold before, from what the bloke said. But even an atom tag would be really nice. But yeah, anything like that I'd be very happy with, because, you know, I've got a lot of stuff I can test them with. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Vladimir. My ulcerative colitis has been quite bad recently. Like, not awful, but, you know, bad enough that it's been flaring up and I had to go home from work Sunday because it was stopping me actually working from, you know, constantly running to the toilet and doubling over from stomach cramps. But yeah, not a broken rib level of bad, at least. Well, a tank would give you very good protection from outside nuclear elements, especially tanks with modern NBC systems in. Like, I think the tank's protection factor is about 10 to 1, isn't it, in terms of what they're rated in terms of, you know, outside radiation compared to internal radiation. So bear in mind, an ROC bunker is, I think, 1,000 to 1 radiation protection, and a regular civilian car would be like 2 to 1 protection or something. So say it's 1,000 Röntgen outside, I think a conventional car would give you, like, you know, 500 Röntgen per hour dose. A tank would give you 100 Röntgen per hour dose, and you know, like a nuclear bunker, like an ROC post, a very basic one, would reduce it to 1 Röntgen per hour, as in it's survivable. But 10 to 1 protection is still pretty damn good if you're fleeing from somewhere, because that's still going to massively lower your dose. Yeah, that's what I was just saying, Keaton. Yeah, 10 to 1 ratio. So if it's 1,000 outside, it would be 100 inside, sort of thing. Because that's why a lot of the like armoured vehicle kind of things, like DP3 meters, have a thing saying if you're taking the reading from inside a vehicle, you need to multiply the reading by 10 times to get the outside dose. Or if the probe's mounted outside the vehicle, you know, like, divide it by 10 to get your internal crew dose, sort of thing. Right, I might as well rest until party is healed, because at least I've got that fast heal Pokemon, which is really useful. So I suppose it's Sulik that was more hurt than me. There we go. Right, let's carry on travelling east. Yeah, well, the thing is, if you were in a nuclear war and you weren't killed in the actual initial explosion exchange yourself, then you'd want to try and survive it. But if you were somewhere where you're directly under a warhead, then you definitely want to, you know, be dead, wouldn't you? You wouldn't want to get third-degree burns and die over a few hours or days. You'd want to just be evaporated instantly. Oh, there's Enclave soldiers. I've run into the Enclave, look. Old man
and you will come with us.
Leave us alone. That child just got ripped to shreds. This is none of your affair. Yeah, and that's the thing, Drunk Russian. A lot of games get that wrong. With radiate, that Stalker does a very good job of that actually. As you get closer to a radiation source, the source intensifies, like levels intensifies, rather than it being, you know, no radiation and you suddenly have a dose kind of thing. So, remember in the old Fallouts, kids can die, unlike the modern Fallouts where kids are invincible unless you use mods. I'm just seeing if I can loot the kid's body, or is the dad's body blocking the kid's body? Yeah, there's the kid, look, little dead kid icon, kid with his head blown off. Which one's the M11? I know which one you'd mean by the M10. But my mind is going blank at the moment when you say M11. If you mean check M10 filters, I'm pretty sure they're meant to be safe, but they're obviously long since expired. Is there anything worth collecting? Oh, there's a knife there, look. Might as well grab that. You see a knife. Yeah, M10M. Yeah. So yeah, I'm pretty sure the filters don't have anything harmful in them, but they're pretty much expired. Yeah, why not? Let's encounter some angry bandits. Can we take them on or not? A tall and powerfully built warrior stands before you. His eyes blaze with hatred as he looks you over. So they cast out Kaga, then deem you the chosen one. Oh, you think about being the grandchild of the Vault Dweller makes you special? You think you're better than I, Kanga the Great? Well, I am the chosen one, aren't I? Right, let's kill these outcast tribesmen. Now I'm gonna keep punching Kaga because I think Kaga's the guy who has amazingly high HP, doesn't he? So the only way to like beat him at the moment is just get to flee him from battle. Better use a bit of first aid now before I instantly die when they shoot me next. Do I have to go to the stim packs now? Okay. I can't remember if he runs away more efficiently if you kill the other bandits or just like injure him for him to run away. I don't even know the M11 Udo mask. Oh, I got killed. Alright. Turns out these bandits were I was no match for these bandits.
The darkness of the afterlife is all that awaits you now. May you find more peace in that world than you found in this one.
There you go, that's Ron Perlman. Well, I guess this is a good place to end the stream, actually, isn't it? Because I just died. I'm not going to be constantly playing this game on stream, because I just thought it'd be make a nice change to play a very, very old game. I say very, very old. Like I said, it's not that old, really. Late 90s. But there you go. So, that's Fallout 2. You know, before Bethesda got the rights to the series, when it's still a turn-based, like, quite dark sort of game. I still like the Bethesda ones and modern Fallouts, but, you know, they're not really the same thing as these Fallouts, they're quite different. Right, I will after the stream if I remember. But anyway, I'll be off now, so as Mike said, he won't be on Twitch tonight, so I won't see Mike on Twitch, so I'll probably just play this until I decide to go to bed. Because I do really, really like the old Fallouts now I've gotten into them, so I'll probably just find some sort of audio book to listen to while playing this. I don't think, like, old sabres are classed as curved swords. I think they mean, like, cheap stainless steel katanas, don't they, by that? But yeah, arguing about the logistics of rules and laws is a thing that I don't really have time for at the end of the stream. But thank you everybody for watching tonight, and thank you very much to Vladimir for donating. I do really appreciate that. I won't be on tomorrow because I'm seeing some relatives tomorrow, and if I say I'm going to be on, then I'd have to make sure I like rush back, and I don't want to do that. So I'd rather just say I'm not going to be on, and then, you know, not have to worry about trying to get a stream in. That's pretty impressive then, Litter Picker. I don't think I've had any socks that have lasted that long without developing so many holes they've fallen apart. I suppose you're right there, Litter Picker. I was thinking, are you better than me? Who you think you're better than me? That sort of thing. Anyway, right, I'll be off everybody. Have a good evening. Yeah, have a good evening, and I'll probably be on Thursday, I imagine, as... Oh, there we go. I'll stop the music before it gives me a copyright strike, because the Inksbox was going to play then. Anyway, have a good evening, everybody, and let me end the stream when I work out where the thing is to end that. I want to go to OBS, don't I, then?